aka EV the Geeker, and welcome to another episode of Talking Hoops in the Sip. That's right, Talking Hoops in the Sip. I am excited for you guys to be here tonight. We got a nice little show here today. It's gonna be a special show, none other actually, and so it's going to be we got a major announcement that's getting ready to take place, and but before we go into that, I'd like to welcome in today. We have a few others coming in, but we have the ESPY Award winner, viral sensation, my guy, Thomas Snacks. Lee in, what up, Snacks?
What's going on, E?
And then we have the easy one from Mississippi Play Sports, the legend in his own mind, Eddie Young.
What's up, man? I'm the best looking guy on this panel, man. No disrespect to you guys, man. I'm just, every day I wake up, I just look so good, man. Just, it is what it is, baby.
You know what, Eddie, you do look good. I mean, when I look at big-headed animals and I be like, man, that is a nice big-headed animal there. So you do look good for a big-headed animal. So, I mean, there's no doubt about it. You are exactly right. I can't argue with you. You get no disagreement here. I don't know what you look like, but, you look like when I would take my family to the zoo and they'd be like, my little daughter would say, Daddy, look at that. And I'd be like, oh, he's so cute, isn't he? And we'd be like, and that's what you'll be doing. We'd be like, so you're exactly right. You do look good at it. I mean, so I'm not going to argue with you there, so thank you for that, for letting us know. What species are you from? Oh, we're not going to talk about today, okay? We're not going to have a zoology show. We are dealing with sports. So anyway.
Hey, Snacks, just like I always tell him, I always let him have his fun early, and like I always close it. I always bring it home in the end, baby. I let him have his fun right now.
I respect.
So anyway, first of all, I want to say, make sure I say this. Tonight's show, as always, sponsored by Tatum & Wade Law Firm, located at 124 East and Meat Street, located right here in the great capital city of Jackson, Mississippi. Tatum & Wade are serious lawyers who get serious results. I say if you want to get paid, then you need to go to Tatum & Wade. And we're also, I know some people ask me, say, man, Tatum & Wade always sponsor. Can I sponsor? You sure can. Just hit me up on the inbox and we'll give you an opportunity. We'll come up and say some stuff about you as well. So, but anyway, Tatum & Wade, we just love to shout out to them, man. They've just been sponsors, been just a big time sponsor all year. Shout out to Tunde Wade, my guy. So, but anyway, tonight, man, I'm excited. Like to say to our chatters, please jump on. What up, Doc? Michael Boykins, one of the great coach out at Jackson State on the bowling. He's the head coach of the bowling. Also has a nice practice where he takes care of your feet. Dr. Michael Boykins. Also tonight's show for me, my little snack of the night, sponsored by Thomas Snacks Lee, Scooby-Doo Graham's crackers. If you ain't had no Scooby-Doo, you can pick these up at Dollar General for about $2. They are a legit snack. Have you had these before, Snack?
No, I haven't had. That's why I
No.
gave them so you can try them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a nice snack, and I know, Eddie, you've had these. I don't know, Eddie, at the zoo, do they allow people to feed you guys?
I was just gonna say, I thought those was dog biscuits that Snack had gave you.
Now, this is a Scooby-Doo. It looks like, it looks like the Scooby-Doo snack, that the real Scooby-Doo snacks, but they're solid. They're somewhat even healthy for you. And if you get the back, and I know Eddie used to do stuff like this, you probably couldn't figure this out, but on the back, they got like a little puzzle, a little game, and it says, can you find all 10 Scooby snacks? And so I know that's an exercise that you probably would like to do when you get the box. That's going to be the main, and that'll help you, working on your hand-eye coordination and being able to think a little bit. But as we talk, we welcome in Talante Weber from Southern Sports Platform and Kadarius Jones. What up, T-Web?
What up with you, man? What's up, fellas?
Chilling. What up, Cordarius?
What up, Coach? How you doing? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Got my man, my man Elder Rufus from my boy, my best friend from years ago. Man, I can't believe that you was in the Jackson area to miss me. I'm talking to all these people on my chat. What up, Goggle Girl, Rayma, Piggies, one of the top players from Olive Branch, just a winner. Oh, I can't say that, but anyway, I just was speaking to my people. But anyway, here is the big announcement that I wanted to make. We wanted to get right into it. I want to let everybody, all the listeners, know that the Talking Hoops in the SIP show, we've had, I want to first of all thank you guys for just being a part of this all year long. It's been great since we started. I don't know how many times I go out and people say, man, I watched the show. And so I know Cord, Eddie, and Talante, who've been on mainly. I'm sure you guys have had that same type of response from coaches, from fans, from players. And so I just want to thank you guys for that. We are going to be going under some changes. And so I will be taking a step away from the show as far as it goes when it comes to the high school sports part of it. Eddie Young and Talante Weber will be kind of facilitating after tonight, still talking about the world of basketball as far as high school, AAU, girls and boys. They'll be doing that. All I'll be doing is making, cameo appearances, introducing the show, but the show will go on. One guy doesn't stop the show. I guess I'll say it like LeBron had the decision. And so tonight we present the announcement. I like that. You like that, Eddie? LeBron had the decision. We got the announcement. I know you didn't. Can you understand English, Eddie? I don't know. We got to talk to you in some type of in animal language. I think But anyway, so tonight I have been privileged, and I have been offered a job and accepted a job as, drum roll please, I will be taking my talents to South Beach. No, I'm going to play with LeBron. No, I'm not. I was just joking. But I'm gonna. There's Talante. Like, man, will you go ahead and get? Talante gave me the nice look, dude. Are you gonna go ahead? Like, he gave me he trying to be nice to me. And he gave me the look, like, man, dude, will you go ahead and announce? Man, ain't that big of a deal. Come on, and it's not at the end of the day. But I'm going to actually change my my virtual background. I've been offered a job. I'll be going over to the University of. I just don't have no drum roll. But let me look. I'll be going to Mississippi Valley State University on the women's side as an assistant coach, recruiting coordinator. I'm going with the great Ashley Walker Johnson. And so I'm excited about that to get back into coaching. I've been coaching for 29 years. I've coached in over 900 games. And I'll be honest with you, I missed that. This past year, this is the first year in 29 years, I wasn't on the sideline. And through a very special individual who helped me get involved, they called me and got me involved in it. I wasn't looking for it, but I just thank God how God works things out. And as they say, God works in mysterious ways. I still had an itch to coach. And so I'm scratching that itch. And it will be with Mississippi Valley State. I'm excited about it. I have spent some time over the last several weeks with Coach Johnson. Coach Brittany Washington and Jaquana Murray, the other coaches. And I'm excited about the future at Mississippi Valley State. I'd like to have a shout out to Coach Key, the athletic director at Mississippi Valley State, who thought enough to approve this, and along with Coach Renee, and so, and again, and all the people at Mississippi Valley State. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity. Obviously, we, Snacks, a SWAC guy, Eddie Young, and Cordair is one of the top, AU programs in the state, and then Talante, you guys, your thoughts, and then we'll transition and let you guys, officially shift the show into the direction y'all want to take it to. So I'll let you guys go.
I'll go first. Being a SWAC guy first, of course, I want to say congratulations. It's a major, as you say. It's great that you get an opportunity to be back on the sideline and coach Division I basketball in the SWAC. Although, I would much rather be here in the metro area, but, we're all for elevation, and, you deserve the opportunity. And I know that you definitely they had the ultimate confidence, and I know you're going to be geeking them, and I know that they're going to be ready to play. So congratulations.
Cordarius, you can jump in. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'd like to say congratulations. We met a year ago, almost a year to the date, at the event. You've been consistent with, mentorship and always been able to call with advice and give me advice and talking and being a friend. So I'm just, that's a big announcement. You're doing something you love. It's always good. And I know you're going to make a major impact over there at Valley. So I wish you well.
Appreciate it. Either one of y'all can go flip a coin.
I guess Eddie waiting everybody out, ain't he?
Yeah, Eddie gonna be like, Eddie gonna be he gonna have to have the last word, Talante, based on age, I guess.
Yeah, but man, congratulations. It's a major announcement, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, to go from, not coaching and actually getting on this side of the media to actually getting the opportunity to get back to the college level. On the girls' side, people don't realize how hard it is to get into the college profession at all, you know what I'm saying? So in order to get back to that level, man, it's just a blessing. And I know you're going to do a tremendous job using the connections you've made, even from with Eddie and Cordarius, you know what I'm saying? I know they're going to be right there, you know what I'm saying, along the way, sending you guys some players your way. But, man, congratulations. I know we've talked about it a couple of times. It's new for everybody else, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, for us, you told us a couple of weeks ago. So, and it's still major to this day, because I know you start soon, and I know you can't wait to get to work and help them build that program to the level where it needs to be.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hey,
man, you on here.
Is this Ashley? Okay. Yeah. How you doing, Coach? Yeah, I'm here with this guy who's proclaiming that you've hired him, and I just want to make sure that you guys hadn't dropped, you hadn't lost your mind. I don't know why you bringing in a circus clown. He's gonna run your program in the ground. He's horrible. He was horrible at running the show. He's gonna be horrible at Valley. He's just horrible. We should call him Horrible Vaughn. HV is his new name. So I just want to make sure, Coach, that you are still sane and you hadn't lost your mind, or what made you decide to hire this guy as your assistant coach, or maybe he's an assistant to his cheer team. Either way, I just want to say that you did a horrible job hiring Horrible Vaughn. Ashley, you have a great night. You're a great friend of mine, and I wish I could tell you good luck, but this is probably as devastating as hearing Good Times canceling the show. I was so excited, Ashley, about this. I was really excited about this big announcement. I was just so geeked and so pumped, and to hear that this guy's coming up to work with you is probably one of the biggest disappointments since JJ left Good Times in 1979. Have a great night, Ashley. With that being said, fellas, I will say this. I think it's a great move for you, EV. I mean, we joke a lot, man. Brother, I think the world of you, as these guys have said, you're kind of a big brother, kind of a mentor. You've mended some relationships. Actually, a lot of people don't know this. You mended my relationship with Cordarius, which kind of, could have went south. And so I have a lot of admiration for you. I think you're going to do a tremendous job at Valley. I'm excited to see you guys have an opportunity to turn that program around. I think Valley is a great institute, a great place for young athletes, prospective athletes to be looking forward to. And I'm just excited, man. I want to be a part of this. Ashley and I have been friends for the past several years, and I really think that this is a great move in the direction. It's a great day for the Delta Devils, and I think that you're gonna be an asset and definitely be someone who can help get that program in the right direction. And if you guys can get the type of kids that I believe that y'all can compete for a conference championship here in the next couple of years. So we're excited about that. You got my support 1,000% in my program, that you already somewhat have been hands-on and helping and that type of thing, as well as I know Cordarius and some of the other people throughout the state. So it's a great hire for Valley. I think Valley really, really got a steal with you, to be honest with you. So congrats to your brother, congrats to your family, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Well, I appreciate that, Eddie. That's funny. The JJ, good times. I like all that geek. Well, I'm gonna as I want to just share this, and I appreciate everybody's thanks, even on the chat as well. What this means with me going to the NCAA, with all these silly rules that the NCAA has, a lot of the tweeting, a lot of different things, just to give you an update, even with some of the young ladies and players that we actually try to tweet and encourage on Twitter and on social media. I have to watch some of those things. I can't come to games, unless certain times. So there's a few more rules that I got to follow. So I don't want you to think that because I don't tweet you out like I used to or shout you out that I forgot about you. It's just a matter of I have to make some changes, as a college coach now. And so I believe definitely was something that this is something the Lord directed me, and I try to be moved by God. I don't make any moves without consulting him, and my wife and my family. They were all for it. And again, shout out to Mississippi Valley State again for just giving me this tremendous opportunity. After coaching for so long, it's always been coaching has just been a part of me. It's passion. It's a passion, and so I appreciate that. But I wanted to let everybody know Talking Hoops and the Sip still will go on. This has never been about EV. It's always been about, that's why I've always brought these guys together, the Shoes of the world, the Talante Webbers, the Eddie Youngs, Cordarius, the Snacks, and we'll be even adding some more people, some guest people coming on. And because we want this, this to continue. And so I need everybody to continue to tune in. We want the show to get better. Again, this has never been a one-man show. I'm excited. I think the show is in great hands with the guys. And like I said, I'll come on for, whatever I can legally, per se, where I don't get in no trouble, because I can't talk about, athletes, prospective athletes, high school, when we talk about pros or college or we do shows like that, then I'll be able to do that. With that being said, I'm going to step away, and this is going to be my official sign off. And then we're going to have Eddie and Talante and Snacks and even Cordarius. They've all been going to some AAU events and catch you up as far as in the world of AAU, what's been going on, because a lot of our kids have been playing AAU. Basketball doesn't stop. Basketball is year round. And so for now, I will be signing off. Eddie, you and Talante, either one can take over. You'll just see my Valley logo.
Thank God he's gone finally. Hey, listen, man. I'll start with the girls' side. I think that I'm just excited. I don't know about you guys, Snacks and Talante and Core, just excited after everything that we went through with COVID to finally have been able to, it seems like we're starting to get things back in the right direction. I mean, baseball has opened up, full-fledged as far as like summer baseball, and, AAU basketball there's not a tournaments without any restrictions. I've hosted several events. I'm really excited about the Magnolia Classic that's coming up. I wanted to talk about that before we pass it over to the boys. Magnolia Classic is May the 28th through the 30th, Memorial Day weekend. This is the 8th annual, I believe, 8th or 9th year we've hosted it. It's the biggest event for girls basketball in the state of Mississippi. I'm excited to have Cordera's group coming down this year, the DC Bucks. He's going to bring several teams down. You've got MTP, who's got several teams, solid teams that'll be in the event. Bobcats Northeast, NBA Bobcats. You got Community Save. Gabe does a really good job with some of the kids on the coast. He's got a good group of kids from the coast that'll be there. Henry Gantz has a lot of the private school kids that'll be involved in Team Thad and some teams from Memphis. I've got some teams from Shreveport, Louisiana, teams from Arkansas, Alabama. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out event. So we're really excited about that. So mark your calendars. May 28th through 30th, the biggest all-girls event in the state of Mississippi will be going on, and you're going to have a bunch of talent. You're probably going to have, a couple of dozen D1 prospects in terms of kids that are younger, all the way up to the 17U division. We will open it up for JUCO coaches to come out to attend. So if you're a JUCO coach, and if you're able to come out that weekend, you definitely need to make it worth your while. There'll be a lot of talent, a lot of kids to look at, a lot of kids to evaluate and recruit, as well as NAIA programs. I know for the past several years, we've always had Tougaloo to stop through, Millsaps, Belhaven, all of those types, Mississippi colleges. A lot of those people always try to attend and come out and support the event. So we're excited about it. There'll be plenty of media coverage. On the girls' side, also, too, we do a boys' side as well. I know Talante came down last year, I think, and covered the event. Snacks, I think you guys played in it last year, I believe. So on the boys' side, so that's a nice event to look forward to in-state with some good quality competition. We've got Starkville Swish, NBA Hoops, just a lot of really good competition. MCE has always supported it. So Chris Ellis and his group. So that's an event to mark on your calendar, man. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to get it on and popping. I know Corderius is excited about it. I know he's on tonight, man. We ready to see who. The one thing I like about this, guys, is there's a lot of talk in the AAU world about who's top dog and who's this and who's that. Ain't nothing like an old street fight, man. You put your knuckles up and you square off, and then look, it's gonna only be one person standing late Sunday. So we really, really excited about it, especially on the girls' side, because girls basketball in Mississippi has definitely turned around. I mean, I'm just amazed at how the game has evolved in the last 10 years versus when I first got into the travel ball. I mean, just seeing more girls take notice to basketball, and I think I've always attributed that to the success of the top teams. Mississippi State, Vic Schaefer, I know he's not there anymore, but he did a great job at Mississippi State putting us on the national spotlight. And then, bringing in Nikki McCray is a big name player, one of the greatest female basketball players ever. So that puts Mississippi in a great position in terms of Mississippi State. Coach Yo and that staff has done a great job of recruiting. They're turning that program around at Ole Miss, so girls are taking notice to that. Ole Miss has done a great job of trying to get in-state players, so that's always a good thing. Jackson State has just been phenomenal. What they've been able to do. Tamika Reed has just been absolutely lights out in terms of getting all of the better in-state kids for the most part. And, SWAC Coach of the Year. And what she's been able to do has just been remarkable in such a short time. And, wishing Nate Kilbert the best at Alcorn and USM and, now Mississippi Valley State with EV going over. So I think that the state is in a great place in terms of girls basketball. We've got a lot of talent, even down from the JUCO ranks. So That's the one thing that I'm encouraged about as I run my youth basketball league. I'm seeing attendance even more now. Normally I would have Talante 10 or 15 third or fourth grade girls sign up for my youth basketball league, and now I'm seeing 30, 40, 50 kids signing up at the younger age groups, which really gives us an opportunity to be able to advance the game even more. So where we're going is trending in the right direction. I'm really excited for for girls basketball. But what I'm more excited about is that EV is no longer on the show. I'll pass it on to you, Talante. Oh, is Cord on? Okay, I'll pass it on to you, Cord. You want to talk about anything on the girls' side before we pass it on to the guys and talk a little bit about what's up and coming, what's coming down the pipeline for the girls, and then we'll talk about the boys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event on the 28th and 30th that you're throwing, Eddie. I think you're right. Everybody get to lace them up, and should be the best of the best in this state and surrounding states. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Just a good old fashioned, just not put it on Twitter, not put it on Facebook, none of that stuff. Just go and get it in. I'm feeling really good. We're going to the Capitol Cool this weekend. We in the top bracket with all them. You know them. You know the teams. They got us up there. We in that top division once again. And we trying to just show face and get better and get the exposure that we need for these kids, especially in this state. So I'm feeling really good about my squad. I had picked up some tremendous pieces lately. I know everybody know I got a couple out of state kids too, but big in-state kids that now will be rolling with me. I got Janaya Jones from DeSoto Central and Jamil Bowen from Shannon. So it's gonna get real. I'm be real excited to match up with anybody. No stuff talking. Just saying. Eddie already know how I feel. I love to put on them boxing gloves and get it on. So, I'm looking forward to it. Girl basketball's on the rise. I'm just looking forward to continue having a good summer. It's gonna be competitive, and them college coaches get right back out and evaluate. And I'm just ready, man.
Well, good luck to you guys, man, this weekend. I always say when the Mississippi teams go out of state, girls or boys, we want them to represent the state well, and so I'm sure you guys are going to go down in that top bracket and compete and represent us well. And then obviously, we expect for y'all to have a lot of success, man, and hope that it's a great event. So I want to ask you guys a question to Lante and Snacks as we transition to the boys' side. I lost a kid this weekend, last week, pretty solid kid. I don't lose too many kids, and I try to articulate this to the parents because there's always the narrative of I play AAU so I can get developed and get better. When oftentimes in my program, to be honest with you, I've got kids that travel as far as 4.5 hours. I've got some kids that 3 hours out, 2 hours out. So it's almost impossible during school time to have practices during the week for us. Honestly, we've probably only had a few practices with really having everybody at practice. It's really, really tough to do. Also, too, in the midst of track, just finishing up I know a lot of the boys, players for you guys and running track, and some of your better athletes are going deep into track season, so you can't really practice a lot there. And I'm not talking about some of the local teams who's got, teams, players within an hour radius, and you're able to practice a lot. But with me, I've always, recruited kids way out. If they fit what I'm trying to do and they fit the mold of what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna try to make it work. So I lost a kid who's been with me for a while, pretty good kid, great family, kid. I think AAU has done her some justice in terms of her being able to see kids at a whole nother level, the type of competition that she's been able to play with in the past couple of seasons. But one of the things that I think a lot of parents have, and I don't know on the board side too, is the expectation if you're a couple hours out or 2 hours out, 3 hours out to get development from the AAU. So for me, I've always felt like development and training needs to be a one-on-one type of deal. It should be because, if you got a 2 or 3 hour practice, you got 10 or 15 kids. If you're doing drills, that's going to be team drills anyway. It's going to be team stuff. to see an immediate impact as far as a kid, and you guys help me out and y'all can chime in terms of a development where you take a kid who's trying to work on certain particular things. I've always said that has to be done on an intimate one-on-one basis. So you got team training, team building, and then you got the individual one-on-one training, which a lot of times AAU programs can't provide that. I know we can't. Now we offer individual training and team training. We have people that outsource that too. But if you're a couple hours out, how many times could you really get to practice anyway? And how many times could you really get training enough? Because you got to be, people don't understand when it comes with, say, hey, the parents say, hey, I don't see my kid getting better. Or I've seen improvement, but not as quick as I want it to be. Then you have to say that that's unrealistic because, in my personal opinion, because, again, training has to be on an individual basis. AAU to me is about exposure, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're trying to get kids exposure. And in the midst of that, yeah, you're going to train and make some kids better through team building and just playing good competition is how we got better, growing up, playing against the older brother, the older uncle, the older cousin, that type of thing made you better. So competition is gonna breed better athletes. But I just want to take a second before you guys chime in and talk about the training aspect, the expectations of AAU to do training, because unlike the high school coaches, we don't have the luxury to have kids 4 or 5 times a day. 4 or 5 times a week to practice them. And when parents think that, hey, AAU is going to make I need the development and the training. And I think that's a whole different thing. So I'll start with you, Talante, then Snacks, and you guys just kind of talk about that. Then we can transition into what you guys had to talk about the upcoming events for AAU.
Well, for me, training, like you said, team building, training is an individual thing. So if you live 4 hours away, you need to find you a trainer probably in your city or, nearby. Because I used to train some girls who both played Division I basketball. They played on the team out of Georgia, the Hoopsters. You probably heard of them before, the Georgia Hoopsters. They played 4 hours away. So we train like every day during the week. So when they got there, they just went to play. So it's kind of one of those things. Once you get to the AAU season, most of the time you might have a couple practices before the season start, but you really just showing up to play once you get there to the tournament. And I think once you get to the high school level, how much practicing can you do with the AAU team? People just come in for the weekend just to play. So I think by the time you get to high school, you need to have your own trainer in your city. And you just got to be able to show up and get buckets. I know girls might be a little bit different from boys, but you should still have a strong understanding for what's going on once you get there, because basketball is the same no matter where you go. They might call it something different, but it's still the same. Like, it's only so much you're going to add to the game. So like I said, if you know basketball, like most high schools, everybody going to run the same presses, instead of going over screens, you might go under, but everything pretty much is the same. So going back to what you said, I'm not really sure why the parents are expecting y'all to develop players over a weekend, because that's impossible. You got to develop. It takes hours of training, like you said, individually, working on the things that you don't do well. And you just can't get that in the weekend, especially during the AAU season, because most of the time you don't have a lot of practice time. You practice a couple of times and you go into play. So with that aspect, I just don't feel like you can get better with training just, at a couple of practices on the weekend.
Well, yeah, like Talante said, in a weekend, you definitely can't, get a developmental aspect of a kid, simply because, you coming in playing, and if the kid is not, up to par as far as your expectations, sometimes they may not be able to stay out there as long as some other kids. So it's kind of hard to get the developmental piece in a weekend. But like, for example, with Mississippi Express, we currently partner with Mississippi Express, and we started coaching their 17U, and their practices are based out of Meridian. That's probably about an hour and 20 away from Jackson. So some of that team is composed of some local kids and as well as some Meridian guys. So, and those practices are, on the weekends, maybe twice on Saturday, and then, of course, probably once on Sunday. But at the same time, in that setting, you have to get a lot done as far as team schemes, you had to go over sets and different things like this. So the skill training and that piece, it's kind of difficult to implement because you're trying to get your team all in sync. So like I say, that's something that you kind of have to find something in your region, especially 4 hours away. That's just kind of, it's tough to be able to get some true development being 4 hours away from your program. So that's why you kind of have to find you someone regional that kind of caters to, player development and kind of to help you with that. But I mean, like our guys, we find a gym location, and the local guys that we have, we get them in 2 to 3 times a week prior to the tournament to kind of sharpen up some things that they may need to work on. Or like you say, you can't have your team guys all together working on the same skill because some are more advanced than others, and some bigs may do some things that the guards do, but you can't have them together because sometimes, in the role that you need them in, they may think that, well, okay, this week I worked on coming off the screen and shooting threes, but in actuality, that doesn't resemble what your game is. And, sometimes players can kind of tend to drift away from what they do well and try to add other things and experiment in games. So you definitely have to, like you said, get the ISO sessions where you kind of get one player in, works on their strengths, kind of help sharpen some of their weaknesses, and just kind of, have it spread out evenly.
I definitely agree, man. And like you say, everybody's got their own way to trying to navigate through. Because again, very few programs can be an elite program on the national stage with kids within a 30, 45-minute radius. Most times you're having to go out and get kids beyond that radius to be able to compete at a national level. Now you can get a local team and kind of do that, but obviously the type of tournaments that you guys go to, Snacks, and the types of events that Corderis is playing in and myself, it's just impossible, even with the local talent, man. And even with going out, getting them 3 or 4 hours out, it's still all you can do to compete at some of these events because, again, basketball is evolving. So many more opportunities than when we grew up. I'm a little bit older than you guys, but, I just remember the dirt court deal and not even knowing what AAU was growing up. So, but anyway, we can talk about, I guess we can go ahead and transition to the boys' side, and you guys can talk about some events that you guys got coming up, and then we'll kind of proceed from there.
I mean, before we get in that, man, did you guys see how many boy jobs came open this year? You know what I'm saying? On the high school level, it's been, I'm gonna probably say at least about 30, 40 jobs. They'll probably never come open. You know what I'm saying? There's jobs open all over the state. You got jobs in Jackson. We got a ton of them in North Mississippi on the boys' side, just everywhere on the coast. It's jobs open everywhere, and I really think it's needed. I think a lot of young guys are going to get opportunities to, showcase what they can do. So I do think it's going to be a new breed of coaches coming in. Like a lot of my guys, they got some jobs that they should be posting here soon. I can't really open them yet because they're not really official until after the board meeting. That's how they work at the high school level. But I really think moving forward these next couple of years, we're going to see some new blood and start to see some new guys put a stamp on the game in Mississippi as coaches. And even like congratulations to Coach Dave Sanders. He just got the co-lin job. So, and I think it's supposed to be another announcement coming up soon. I won't make that announcement either. But there's some guys moving up in the world of coaching. So I think that's a great thing for the state of Mississippi. And if you do plan on getting into coaching, I think now would be the perfect time, to go ahead and hop in. Even on the girls' side, I see a girl that's the new head coach at Callaway. I can't think of her name, but
Ashley.
Yeah. She played at Jackson State?
No. I believe she went to Tougaloo. I believe she went to college. But yes, she was at Northwest Middle School. Yeah, she made that's a major move.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a lot of young people are getting a chance to, advance in the world of coaching in Mississippi, and I think that's a great thing, just moving forward. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, and I look forward to that. But on the AAU side, this is a big week for a lot of people. Everybody's going out of town. We got the Bob Gibbons tournament coming up. I know Snacks, you guys with Mebo will be there, and a lot of kids who playing like out of state, they'll be there too. So I look forward to getting down there and just checking that event out because it's, like I said, it's a lot of talent everywhere. And I'm going to try to catch most of the guys, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of keyed in. I'm going to catch some Mississippi guys, but I'm also looking forward to catching, you know what I'm saying, some of the guys you see on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to catching everybody. Just trying to see what's out there, because this would be my first big super event going to this year. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of the YouTube videos, but as far as getting in the gym, this would be my first weekend getting in the gym and actually being able to see it in person. But you can go ahead and talk about y'all program snacks.
Like Talante said, we'll be planning the Bob Gibbons this weekend in Georgia. And like you said, some of the guys that you see on the YouTube and all the mixtapes on, you know, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, like WACG, Team Thad, all those guys will be there. It's a pretty deep pool of teams, and it's going to be a very competitive event. I feel like we've been doing well this summer. We've, you know, definitely represented very well. Some players have kind of made a name for themselves early and put themselves on the radar, you know, of course, going into the fact that coaches probably are about to get ready to get out. So some guys are about to get some more better looks than they are already getting now. And, you know, it just makes it better and gives the kids the ultimate opportunity to maximize, you know, opportunity. But, you know, we've been doing well. We went and played in the Circuit League in Dallas, and we played very well. We played some great teams, Moken, Drive Nation Dallas. You know, they had some kind of top 100 guys, and we did very well. I feel that we have a great group. Kevion Hunt from Callaway has been playing very well. He's been playing the point, run, facilitating the point, scoring the ball at a high level. You know, even George Marshall, he's a guy that I would say hasn't got as much credit as, you know, he needs to get as far as his development throughout the years and how his game has, you know, just continued to get better each and every year. Of course, you know, a lot of people probably seen the dunk that it's kind of been circulating around the internet when we were just in Georgia. And, you know, he's been averaging about anywhere from about 15 to 17 points per game. And we have Cornelius Williams, one of our 6'9" bigs, has probably been averaging a double-double. So, you know, Samarian Grant from Provine has been playing very well, Avon Johnson. And we got a lot of guys that have definitely been, you know, representing the state of Mississippi very well. And just
And just on the boy side in general, like you guys have been doing a great job. But just at the 17U level, you got Jabbar McGee, he's playing with CP25, Tremaine Dixon playing with that team also, and guard from Tupelo, Braxton Bishop. So a lot of guys from Mississippi have been putting on the show. You know what I'm saying? I know most of them are playing on the hoop scene. Great. Can you hear me?
NBA hoops have been doing well too. They've been kind of representing well as well.
Yeah, everybody's been doing well. Every time the guys have been, you know what I'm saying, out of state, I've been seeing nothing but positive things from other top media scouts, media outlets. So I think it's just great for the state as a whole. You know what I'm saying? No matter what program you play with, as long as you're going out competing and putting a good showing out, I think it's fantastic. And it's only going to elevate Mississippi basketball to a new level.
Hey, Snacks, I saw Kevion picked up a couple of offers. Who did he get those offers from? I noticed he's been getting some really good attention.
He's recently picked up an offer from North Carolina A&T, and he's been getting some other interest from a few schools. He already, of course, you know, he has Jackson State, Southern Miss. So he's definitely a guy that you definitely see get some more looks. Look to see him get some more mid-major looks. Even like you say, George Marshall, he's been very, very good. And, you know, I look for him to get majors as well. It's just they've been playing very well for us, leading us in scoring and, you know, playing on both sides as well. You kind of don't too often get a guy that kind of leaves it on the floor on both ends. So they've been playing very well.
Yeah, I love Marshall game. And I think you said it earlier. He is a kid that sometimes kind of fly under the radar and, you know, maybe hadn't got the attention that some of the other guards in the state has gotten, but he's definitely, you know, you throw him on the floor, and he's just as good as any kid in the state, in my opinion. So,
right. Even kids, the guys that play on some of the bordering state teams, like, you know, Kimani Hamilton has been playing well with Team Thad. Devin Reed has been playing well. So it's just good to see our guys from the metro and surrounding areas. If it's not on the Mississippi team, to just see them on a high platform, being able to represent the state of Mississippi.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Hamilton, he's been picking up a lot of offers here recently as well. So I definitely think George. I think George should start picking up some offers. At least some like low major, mid major offers, especially when July hit. If he can keep that same form up, you know what I'm saying. I know you don't want to peak too early, but he's been playing really well. I remember the first time I seen him play against Callaway at the I think it was their first game, like at the Christmas tournament in Jackson. I had liked him then. That was my first time even seeing him play, but I think he's very intriguing. He can do a lot of things good. He can dribble, he can shoot. He's super athletic. So I definitely think he should pull in some offers with his game because, you know, it's attractive going to the game, watching him play. Like Eddie said, he just does so many good things. So I definitely think if he stays on it, he should pick up a lot of offers as well. So like you guys were saying, man, as long as these guys go out and compete, I think a lot of them will pick up offers. And like I said, it just only helps everybody else as they move forward.
Yeah, I think in talking about Kamani Hamilton, I think Hamilton can be a pro. You know, it's in his blood. Train Hamilton's son, and just the fact that when you see somebody 6'7", 6'8", that can handle the ball the way he can handle the ball, can create shots for himself off the dribble. You know, he's athletic, plays through contact well, and can even defend. That, you know, that's another thing that people don't realize about Kamani. He's got a long wingspan. He can defend several positions. So he's a kid that I think can be a pro, to be honest with you. Even before Deshaun Ruffin and some of the other kids, I think his size and some of the things that he can do, it wouldn't surprise me if he was a pro. He reminds me a lot of the kid that came out of high school with Malik Newman, and him and Malik were going back number 1 and number 2, and he kind of came on really, really late and kind of took over as the number 1 guard spot. Jaylen Brown, who's at I know he was with Boston. Is that his name? Snacks.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown. Yeah,
Jaylen Brown. Boston. He just actually got ruled out for season with the wrist injury.
Yeah, with the injury. Yeah, he just reminds me of kind of that type of a kid. I think at that age, maybe even Kamani can even shoot it a little bit better. Even though sometimes he's a bit streaky with his shot, but he's got a lot of range and stuff. So I'm interested to see him. If there's one kid for me evaluating the boys, and I've coached on the boys side too for several years, I think he would be the one kid that I would bet that probably could be a pro, the Hamilton kid. So, but anyway, for us, man, on the, you know, just flipping back to the girls side. Well, there he is, the man, the legend, Lavelle Shoes. What's going on?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, look, I'm gonna let Shoes kind of chime. Yeah, let's let Shoes chime in on the boys side. I got to step away for just a second.
Okay.
What's our discussion today? What's our discussion right now, guys?
We talking just AAU right now. We on AAU.
They've been playing
on the boys side.
No way.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I was pretty hard a few weeks, about a month ago on our team, some of our teams, and you know they've gone on to have some pretty good performances. The teams I was hard on, I got to give them credit that they've gone on to play pretty good. You know, up to this point. I like to see some things done a little different, but I'm gonna give them credit. I'm the type of guy I give credit where credit due. If you kind of, hey, that's what I want you to do. Shut me up. So you know, I must first start off with saying that I'm really interested in trying to figure out at full strength who's the best team in the state between Mebo and OSAG. I don't know. We'll get to see a matchup between them, but at this point, they got to be the two main teams. You know, they're supposed to be. They're shoe sponsors. They're shoe affiliated, so they're more so than anybody else. So they're supposed to be the two best. And you know, OSAG just doesn't seem to have enthusiasm for playing here at home. They play at home and they take losses. But they go on the road to the Adidas event and play well, of course. So you know, and I have to give Snacks. I got to give y'all credit. You guys have been playing well. You're doing a good job with that group, man. I'm actually gonna be out in Atlanta this weekend. I just looked today, saw the schedule, saw who all gonna be out there. So I'll be out at the Bob Givens tournament this weekend to check you guys out.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you at Delonte over there on the sideline, man, critiquing us and letting us know we need to do better.
Yeah. You going out there too, Delonte?
Yeah, I'll be there, man.
Yeah, I said I was thinking I was gonna go to Dallas next week, and I looked at I said, well, I'm gonna go on out here this week, and then I'll see what next week, what how I feel next week. We got it's a lot of teams out there this week that I get a look at.
Hey, Snacks, we got to stay away from shoes. You know what I'm saying? He a nightlife man. You know, we're gonna be in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dude,
Hey,
man,
man,
we gotta focus. We gotta focus.
Hey man,
dude.
when I go out to Atlanta, when I go to Atlanta and Dallas for these tournaments, man, all I do is gym up. When I get through gym up, man, I ain't got no energy to do nothing but go to bed, man. I'm in the gym from 8 to 9.
We're on the business trip, shoot. We're on the business trip. We're on the
I
business.
understand. Y'all supposed to be.
Yeah.
Supposed to be. If I don't get to the gym to 9:30, it's all right.
Yeah, man. Like you say, but a lot of it's look forward to the summer, man. It's a lot of different teams that doing a lot of great things. Like, you know, you kind of got to give credit to these coaches as well that's coaching these groups. You know, you got your Ishmael, you got your Julians, you got, you know, of course, Mark Rowe, everyone. It's just, you know, to see how hard they're going for the kids, to see how they're pushing the kids to be the best that they can be. You know, it kind of shows true testament to their passion and, you know, how they, you know, just want to see the kids succeed and do very well.
Yeah, and kind of piggybacking off that, I think I had, yeah, kind of piggybacking off what you said, you know what I'm saying? I had tweeted out the other day that a lot of people think coaching is easy, you know what I'm saying? To win at a high level, playing against high level teams, it's extremely hard. You know, people will go look at the final score, or you might hop on the app and be like, well, such and such, they got blowed out. To win at the elite level, playing against elite teams, it doesn't take long, you know what I'm saying, to get blowed out at all. So I commend everybody that goes out and play and coaching, because it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we don't get a lot of time to prepare, and it's not like you're watching a lot of film once you get to the AAU side. Sometimes you just got to be able to make adjustments on the fly. So it can be really hard playing against teams. Some teams you've never even seen before, you can't even find film on. So just going out compete. The main thing is, like you say, we just want to get the exposure, but you want to win as well. So I think our guys in Mississippi, whatever team they're playing on, either if it's in state, out of state, I think most of them, from the things I've seen, just looking up tweets, video on them, they've been playing pretty well. So I commend those guys on that. It looked like everybody been hitting the gym pretty hard, working on their bodies, working on their games. So if we can keep that up heading into July, when the live period does come, those will probably be the most crucial days for the 22. Those 5 days from the 8th through the 11th of July, those are probably going to be the most crucial days where you can't afford to have a bad day. So as long as you guys are grooming up for that, every game is going to be important. So we don't have.
I don't know if y'all mean it. I'm just asking. I've heard, and I'm assuming that you all have heard. So we all pretty much understand. There's only going to be one live period in July this year, right?
Yep, that's it. Just the
8th to the 11th.
That's it.
Everybody's got it. So Snacks, I know you all are not really necessarily EYBL, but you are Nike affiliated. Has Nike said where they're gonna be at, or what they're gonna do in July?
As of right now, that's a piece that's uncertain. You know, it's kind of like a day by day thing as far as getting updated as far as what their plans are. But of course, you know, as it gets out, it'll get rolling around. But I look for them to possibly do the same with the one live period. But as you say, you never know. Nike kind of tends to flock away and do their own thing sometimes.
They might decide they don't. They might decide they don't. They might decide to go and play on one of those other weekends. You know, they might decide to have it all to themselves, all the scouts and all the hoopla. They might, because I was looking at some things today, and I saw I got a tweet from the what's the name of it? The LOC group that puts on the Peach Shake.
You talking about Leonard?
Right.
You talking about Damien?
Leonard's the champion. Yeah, Damien's group. Damien has he put out the date. He's gonna do his Peach Shake on the 8th to the 11th, and the address he gave was the address to the Riverfront Center that they pay Peach Jam at. The 100 Riverwalk, whatever that address he gave, I'm pretty positive it's the convention center that they usually play Peach Jam at. So that was really interesting that he might have locked that up for the 8th through the 11th.
I'm gonna have to call my guys in Augusta and see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with that one, because I didn't look at I seen the post, but I didn't look at the address on it. So
I went to the site and looked at all his.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call him and see what's up with that, but I can't see I can't see the EYBL not having the Peach Jam during the 8th through the 11th. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they'll format it, but I can't see them not going to North Augusta. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that tradition going.
Yeah, I heard about
They
that
may
line.
go to Cartersville. They may go to Cartersville.
I heard they possibly may do a bubble with the EYBL. I heard they possibly, there's an option that they considering doing a bubble style, and then kind of like elimination style where, soon as you lose, you got to lead the bubble. So I think they're looking to kind of do something, and I would look for like some media streaming places to kind of possibly get your semifinals, your quarterfinal games, like possibly on TV or something like that. Since a lot of people may not be able to get out and get in that bubble, of course. So I look forward like it does.
I tell you, in terms of, in my opinion, I think there'll be more offers given out at team camps this year. We're finna set a record for offers at team camps. So because, like you say, the shortened live period is only gonna enable, you can only see so many people. You know what I'm saying? You can only see so many teams, and not having the full effect of July definitely hurts. And I mean, something is better than nothing, so we can't complain. But my suggestion to clubs is that if you got relationships with college coaches and college institutes, I'd be flying to the team camps this year. I know a lot of the team camps are geared as fundraisers for the most part to help raise money. But I think at these elite camps, you're going to see a lot of offers be handed out this year. So we're definitely looking forward to attending more camps than we probably ever have.
Hey, Eddie, they say you can't be giving out their secret like that, man. You can't be saying that.
And they gonna tell you.
Hey, even y'all,
they gonna tell you can't keep out the place.
Yeah, look, y'all know Coach Young. My middle name is Keep It Real. Now, y'all know Shoes Keep It Real, but I'm about work for True. I'm gonna keep it real. That's the only way I know. This show probably ain't gonna last but another 2 episodes with me. It's gonna be canceled in about 2 weeks. Y'all got me leaving. So, but I think that's gonna be a great opportunity for a lot of which it should be anyway. Kids coming to your campus, you should take the time to really evaluate them. And I think that's gonna be a great opportunity for a lot of people, a lot of kids. So
Brandon, what I'm understanding, so your kids are gonna play with the AAU team going to the team camp versus playing with the high school. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, obviously there's gonna be a lot of kids that's gonna be playing with their teams, but I'm speaking more towards some of the elite camps and stuff like that.
I got you.
Yeah. I think I'm with you, Eddie. I think it'll be a lot of evaluating done at the elite camps this year. When they get the kids on campus playing against each other, you probably will see, and there may be a few at team camps also that if they can get a guy on a couple of kids on in multiple situations where they can see them more than once team camp and elite camp, that's probably going to be a big help to coaches in evaluating guys and being able to give offers. Because like you say, that they're going to be spread thin in July, on 8th through the 11th. They're going to be spread really thin.
Yep. I agree.
It's going to probably be 25, 30 events going on that weekend, during that time.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. So
but I definitely think, like you guys said, the team camp, and I think it works even with the high school. Those I think kids are most comfortable playing with their high school and AAU programs. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to I think the elite camps is hard because if you're not a good one-on-one player, sometimes you can get lost, you know what I'm saying, in the shuffle when you're playing with guys and girls who dominate the ball more. You don't really get the showcase. But I feel like you're more comfortable playing it with your AAU team that you play with all the time, and then in your school ball setting. So I think you really get to evaluate a player and see how good they really are when they're the most comfortable. You know what I'm saying? When they playing versus putting them in an uncomfortable situation where you're not going to get to see the best of them at. So I do think that's a great place for coaches to evaluate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Off of that thing. But yeah, man, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be a little different, you know what I'm saying? EV off, so it's gonna be a little different. We're gonna have to find somebody else for Eddie to go at, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Hey,
True, you and Eddie gonna have to go at it, man.
Hey, now, hey, look,
We come from the
hey,
same
hey,
mold.
look,
We come from the same mold. We might pile on somebody else.
hey, look, I'm gonna still talk about that circus clown, man. Every chance I get, I'm gonna make sure I run them down. I'm so glad, man. But look, I'm a couple of kids I do want to talk about in my program that has really emerged. I got a 6'1", 6'2" kid, Caitlin Brinkley from Ridgeland High School, guard forward, who's really starting to come into her own. I think she's gonna have she's actually been dominant the last couple of events, and she's able to shoot the ball from the outside and can score inside out. And she's a 2023 prospect. She's one who's garnering some attention. Also, Miriam Prince from Leak Academy has just been phenomenal. She's a name that you guys are going to be hearing over the next couple of years, man. She puts in the work. She's a hard worker. She can score it right hand, left hand. She scored 1 billion points this year in MAIS, and a lot of people were questioning, you know, coming from the private schools. You know, the first thing they say, well, she's playing against all them private school girls. Well, she's been tearing up a bunch of kids, man. She just a baller. You know, sometimes people can't.
What a lot of people have not. What a lot of people on the public school side fail to realize, academy school girl ball has been pretty good for a while. There's been some talented girls coming out of academy school girls ball for a while. We've had some really good girls come out of academy school girls ball for a long time. You know, it's not that big. It's not that big a difference in the girl with the girls level as there has been at times with the boys.
Yeah, and the school that Miriam Prince is at, Leak Academy, I think could beat a lot of public school teams. I'm talking about in the high class, the 4, 5, and 6A teams. I mean, they got some ballers. Jackson Prep, you know, beat some public schools. Hartfield Academy played Choctaw Central tooth and nails all the way down to the end of the game. And Choctaw Central, you know, was at the Coliseum. So yeah, I would agree with you. You know, private school basketball is not, you know, when I grew up, it's like watching paint dry. You know, it was bad basketball. People always, you know, talked about it, but there's a lot of great coaching, a lot of great teams in the private school sector. So, but she's doing extremely well. It's a couple of names that I want to throw out there who's just been lights out in my program. Those two have been phenomenal. A lot of names we've talked about on previous shows, but those two kids are definitely ones to watch out for. And then Rajane Hilliard, the 6'2" post player from Hazelhurst, she's another kid that has garnered some attention. I think she's gonna be impressive this summer. She's got a nice body, can rebound well, defend, block shots, and things like that. So those are some of the kids that are starting to emerge. Some of the names that we hadn't talked about, obviously, in my program, everybody knows the Taylor Feltons, the Alana Rousers of the world, Layla Carters, and all of those kids. You know, who's been garnering attention for the past several years. But no, those are some names that I'm excited about, guys. I really think they're going to make their mark this year, and I'm excited about our stretch run. Like I said, after Magnolia Classic, we go back to the high schools, and then from high schools to a great run in July. So it's been a successful season with how people have been handling COVID and things of that nature. And as I was taking my daughter Johnny to get her physical the other day for trials, she's coming back out off of virtual, so she'll be at Northwest Rankin. She's excited about that. You know, she was a choice student this year, so she didn't get a chance to play. So, but I took her to get her physical before trials. A lot of the high schools are doing trials and stuff. And so I was talking with her doctor, and he shared with me an interesting stat in terms of COVID, because you guys know, y'all around a lot of tournaments, man. You know, you with COVID, it's still so much uncertain. You wondering, man, I'm hoping that I won't get out there and get it. And, you know, you're at these events, and there's 2,000-3,000 people throughout the course of a weekend. And he shared something with me in terms of statistically how rare it is for the athletes, the younger athletes. Now, guys like myself and Shoes are a little bit more of a risk because we're older, but kids 18 and under have a 0.002 chance of a fatality when it comes to COVID. And I think there's only been 3 fatalities with COVID with kids 18 and under that don't have pre-existing injuries. So for some of the parents, and I think we're beyond that now, but for some of the people who are, and this was helpful to me because I struggle with shoes, been knowing my wife since she was a baby. And Kim be on me shoes about all these tournaments out. And I'm hosting
I know it.
weekend, man. So but that was helpful to know that, hey, COVID, although it's serious and it can be deadly and can be fatal, just statistically for kids 18 and under, healthy athletes like the kids that we're referring to have a really, really low risk of actually having tragic, dying from the virus. So, man, I'm just glad that the NCAA came to their agreement with allowing these coaches to come out. Because again, all the ones I've talked to felt like, there's just certain things that, Patosha Jeffrey shared this with me when I spoke with her a couple of weeks ago. She said, Eddie, I just can't get a feel for him on the live stream. It serves its purpose, but I got to be able to see that kid walk in and out the huddle. I want to see their demeanor on the bench. I want to see how they engage in their, with their teammates. Are they cheering their teammates on? And certain things that live stream don't afford you. So for all the prospective athletes, one of the things that we talk about in our program, I know Talante have in the past, Shoes when he coached, and even Cordarius now and Snacks, is that, court savvy is important, and your demeanor on and off the court is very, very important. When Tina Thompson was recruiting Jayla Alexander several years ago, I watched her watch Jayla from the time she was in the huddle till she sat down, and she stared Coach Feldman. Now, Tina Thompson was sitting in the middle of myself and Coach Feldman, and she watched Jayla. She didn't even watch the game for 3 minutes. She sat there and she watched Jayla on the bench. And kids have lost. You can't get an offer by your demeanor on the bench, but you sure as hell can lose one with bad body language and stuff.
Yeah,
and those are some
sure will.
Yeah, and Shoes know it. I mean, been in the game for a while, so that's one thing that I'm a stickler on with my kids. I mean, I'm on a bunch of them all the time. Me and Felton talk about it. Bad body language is a turnoff, and there's so many kids, and it's just one. For some of you athletes, y'all just gotta understand that you can't be disrespectful to your coaches. If you agree with them or if you don't agree with them at that particular time when you're being evaluated, you definitely gotta be yes sir, no sir, and keep it moving, because it's scholarships are tough, and when you have an opportunity, you've played well, to have a great game and then to blow it just because you blow up on the sideline and stuff like that, and a lot of disrespect now with kids. That's another thing too that you're seeing. I mean, I've never seen so many blow-ups with kids and coaches, and I don't know if it's just a disconnect or disrespect or whatever, but those are some of the things that some of the athletes got to clean up. And I know there's some programs that'll still take your Snacks. If you're a 5-star, you can go run and jump like a deer. They still want you to, I get that. But
I'm gonna say this, Eddie. I think, I'll just say it. I think a lot of that, when you see a lot of those blow-ups, that's coming from what the kids are hearing when they get home. When the parents are criticizing the coach and got something to say and always complaining about what he's doing, and they're saying it in front of the kids, that creates disrespect for the coach from the kids. And I think we have a lot of that now because everybody think they child's God's gift to the game, and if they're not getting the ball, you're hating on them. They have a stretch where if you scored early and don't get the score late, they took the ball away from you. They're hating on you. Man, flows of games change. What happened in the first half not necessarily going to happen in the second. But you hear and you just see so many things that happen, and you see so many parents have things to say about what the coaches and this and that. They say them in front of the kids, and that creates a lot of that situation. I think a lot of times, where kids go back and kind of blow up with coaches and stuff.
Yeah, like you said, Eddie, I think like an underrated component of a player's game that is very, very vital is body language. I think a lot of players, from the highest level to the lowest level, tend to kind of have those blow-ups, and you can see it all on their faces. If the ball didn't get reversed to their side, or if they get scored on and they get coached hard, it's kind of, body language is definitely something that can hire you or fire you. Like, it can get you an offer, or, it can just being a good teammate. It's a lot of guys on teams that are just good teammates and that are supportive of of players, and they get scholarships and they keep scholarships versus guys that may be very, very talented and they don't keep their composure. They may be bad teammates. You kind of see where those guys tend to bounce around maybe from team to team, or even in AAU, they bounce around from team to team. Then you see those same guys in college, you say, oh, wow, where are they now? And you look down the line 2-3 years from now, they've been to various universities. So I definitely think it's something that's an aspect that we have to clean up overall to help that college transition be easier. And I think we definitely have to, kind of get the structure to where we run our programs like colleges and kind of serve the AAU programs as college prep to kind of, prepare these athletes for what's to come ahead. So it's not a whirlwind when they get ready to adjust to college level.
And just piggybacking off what you guys are saying, you got to think. I was talking to a coach about this the other day. In July, this is probably going to be the most pressured live period ever because it's only one. So you guys think it's going to be a lot of blow-ups? I'm expecting to see probably a lot of blow-ups because the pressure and intensity is going to be, at an all-time high. It's going to be like through the roof when you walk in the gym. Like one bad game, you got to think kids are going to be like, I'm probably not going to get no scholarship. So, I just think it's going to be, like high pressure. Tempers are going to be flaring with coaches, parents, kids. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I think you're right too. Especially we live in a society now where we panic just because some cyber guy done stopped cipher the gas and we ain't got gas and everybody's flying this morning. I went to 4 gas stations to get gas. So we live in a panic mode. So I definitely think that you're gonna get a lot of kids who are gonna try to do too much. That's another thing too. That happens with a lot of kids when they're playing in front of the college coach. They try to do too much. And then you got to also think too, we've been, a couple of years, some of these kids have never been evaluated and they've never played in front of college coaches. So I think that there's a certain level of pressure too. But in the end, I think at the end of the day, the best advice is to go out and play hard and do your best and then let God do the rest. Because like you say, I've seen kids play themselves out of scholarships too. There's a lot of kids who got early offers that are probably gonna that may even hurt themselves in July. Because you got to think about it, these college coaches hadn't seen these kids in a physical form in almost 2 years. So there's a lot of kids that I can imagine coaches will be like, the hell was we thinking when we offered her? Or what was we thinking about when we offered him? And a lot of those offers will go away too. So it's going to be intriguing. And we're still dealing with, the transfer portal and that type of thing. That's really, really affecting the classes of 2022 and even some of the 23s. So, there's just a lot of maneuvering, a lot of things. But like you said, at the end of the day, I think a lot of kids are going to still get opportunities to go out there and do their thing and be evaluated. And that's what I preach to my kids in the program and my kids personally. Just when you get an opportunity, try to make the most out of it, And so that's important that, they don't take these opportunities for granted. And then parents can't miss these opportunities too. In Mississippi, that's one thing that our parents, we're always having to re-educate our parents on the importance of it, because a lot of parents think that nothing against high school basketball, but a lot of parents think that high school ball is where their bread is buttered. Still today, having to educate them on that high school is important. AAU and high school can go hand in hand. They're both highly important. But if you're gonna miss something, if you gotta miss your high school jamboree or July, you need to be playing basketball in July. So that's the one thing too. Cord, I know we hadn't heard from Cord left again, but yeah.
Hey, let me say something else. I wanted to piggyback off of your comments earlier about your girls and make some comments on the boys' side about some guys that I think have been really kind of stock risers this spring, and maybe and I'll even go as far as to name my all spring team up to this point. But I want to throw a couple guys out there that I think they really helped themselves in the spring. They stock has really gone. They've really shown a lot, and they've been stock risers. You know, you were talking about your girls, but George Marshall has been really good. He was good when he was playing with skill set, and he's really taking advantage of it, going out with Snacks, Nim, and Mebo. George Marshall has really raised his stock, I think, this spring, and on a lower level, but he's really had a good spring. To me, he's raised his stock. I don't know if he's gotten to get in front of any coaches yet, but Decorian Porter from Terry, playing with Mississippi United, has had a really good spring also. Those two guys to me. Huh?
He definitely sleep in his class for sure.
Yeah. Those two guys have really had a good, they had a good spring, had a really good spring. I mean, George, we all knew George has always been kind of high to rank in the rankings and everything, but he's kind of taking the next step, right? Looking to take that next step lately. And Decorin has really stepped up also. Feeding off of that, I'm going to say, I'm going to go out there, I'll throw it out there. I'm going to give y'all who I think has been my spring all-league team. The guys that from the teams that's been playing, that's played in this spring, from Mebo, I'm going to go with Kevion Hunt and Cornelius Williams. They both have been really just solid, really strong. George could have been here also, but I'm going to go with those two. From OSAG, I got Gazal and Mason Manning. They both been most consistent guys over there. And then skill set, Ismail Rashid has had a strong spring. He's been really strong. Had a really strong spring. So those 5 guys kind of been my first, be my all-spring league team, so all-spring team so far. But George and George and Decorin have been really strong and with their play and picking up, making a rise and picking up making a move. Just wanted to throw that out there. You were talking about the girls. I just wanted to throw out some guys, give some guys some credit that's been having some strong springs, and playing really well.
Hey,
but those guys, I want to throw those out there.
What's the kid from MRA? He played in our showcase. I'm losing his name, and he got the offer from UT Martin the other day.
Oh, Phillip Hughes.
Phillip Hughes.
Okay. Now, who does he play summer ball with?
Last summer he played with Osag. He's a senior. He's a 2021.
Okay.
21.
And
last summer he played a lot with Osag. Yeah.
So
I think he committed to him. I don't know if he signed it. I think he did go ahead and take that offer.
Yeah, I think he's smart.
If he didn't, somebody needed him inside the head. If he didn't, somebody needed him inside the head.
Hey, Talante, hold on. Give me 10 seconds, Talante. No, go ahead, Talante. Then I ain't gonna forget. Let me write it. Go ahead, Talante, because I just thought of something. Go ahead.
No, but I'm glad you brought that up. I'm so happy for Phillip and his family. I think Phillip was probably one of the most underrated seniors. He can really hoop. He can like we say now. He really like that. So I think he has a great feel for the game. Great IQ, can get guys involved, and he got that sauce. You know what I'm saying? So
and he has
the sauce.
You say what?
He got a very humble personality too, so it always work out for them type of guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm extremely happy for Phillip and his family, man. Congratulations, Phillip, on getting that offer and committing. I remember we tweeted out you got the offer and you committed on Mother's Day. So congratulations to you and your family on that. All right, there you go, Eddie.
Hey, no, he's a really good kid, man. I want to throw it back to Cordarius. I know Cordarius kind of jumped on and jumped off. I was gonna just see if you had anything about what we talked about on the girls' side, anything you want to chime in on. We freestyling today, man. Ain't nothing scripted. We freestyling with that thing tonight.
Man, y'all hear one of the things we've been preaching all summer, that body language. Man, in practice and everything. I mean, I'm not mean about a lot of stuff, but I'm on that body language. Like, I will sit you on the bench for the rest of the game. Cause I just figure like it bring the whole team down when you got folks pouting and whining. And I'm just not a fan of it at all. Like I will put the best player on the team and not play on the rest of the game. And I let them shoot 100 shots, but their body language and whining and moaning and groaning because you turn over the ball, the team not doing well. I just hate that because I feel like especially with us, the AAU guys, you always being evaluated. So if we lose them by 20 or whatever, 10 points, I mean, why stop playing, crying them open? So I definitely that's one of my pet peeves. I just hate. And you had spoke about some kids in your program that don't normally get that shine. I got a kid by the name of Lexi Kennedy from Tishomingo High School. She's 2023. This kid is so athletic. She putting on clinics every time we go out. And I'm really impressed. I think she's going to be a good load for that Tishomingo team next year. She's just going to make them more competitive than they was this year. Peyton Hervey from Tupelo been playing well. A lot of out-of-state kids in my program, but I just keep it with the Mississippi ones. Caitlin Hall, the 8th grader that's playing up with in 9th graders, Clarksdale, played at Clarksdale High School. She's a force. Like, she's a force, Eddie. I mean, we're gonna have to talk about some things because, that girl there is like she next level. She got a high skill set. She can shoot threes. She really coming into her game. You talking about a 6'3" kid? Oh man, she's very talented. Like, I'm very impressed by her every time I see her in the gym. And there's just a couple kids that might, people might not know about in the program that I just want to shine light on.
Well, Taylor, man,
gotta give y'all a shout out. And I know the women basketball kind of don't always get the recognition that it deserves. So, kind of shout out to y'all guys for continuing to keep that that standard of excellence in that division and that side. One of my favorite I like to see is Taylor Felton. I like how shifty she is. It's probably one of my favorite players over there on the girls' side. But, just want to commend y'all guys for, staying true to what you guys do and, continue to help those girls, reach their maximum potential.
Now, y'all got the real job, man. Y'all got the real job with them boys. I don't know if I can do it day in, day out.
I've been on both sides. A lot of folks don't know. I've been on both sides. Girls, AAU, and boys. And it's definitely harder with the boys. It's definitely harder to keep the boys on track.
A lot of variables. There's a lot of variables.
It's definitely hard.
Hey, Shoes, remember when I did boys for about 4 or 5 years there? And shoot, I jumped the hell up out of that. And I ain't looked back since. but
and I guess
y'all don't know. I coached back in 98 or 99. I coached the Mean Green Machines 15s, and we won state and went to Oklahoma City in nationals. So I've got a little experience. Like I said, I got some experience on both sides of the window there, with girls and with boys. Yeah, so it's definitely a different experience with both of them.
Man, look, I commend y'all for coaching the girls. It's so hard to get girls going. You know what I'm saying? Like, boys, you can talk trash stuff, but girls, you just got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to know what buttons to push, because you say the wrong thing, they can just shut down and it's over with for the rest of the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So it's just tough.
I'm gonna ask Eddie. Eddie, do you find it where girls sometimes they just kind of more inconsistent sometimes? Like they days be off?
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt about it. Well, you got to think about it. To be totally honest with you, I don't think God designed a female body to take this type, especially. I mean, think about it, Cordarius. I'll take a kid like, since Snacks talked about Taylor Felton. Taylor probably gonna play 30 games in high school. She trains 3 or 4 nights a week. She's gonna play about 50 to 60 AAU games. Then she's gonna probably play another 15 or 20 during the summer. I've looked at some of these folks got 40 summer league. I don't know how in the world
they got a full schedule.
Man, they got a full schedule. They playing 45 games in 30 days. And so you think about that. This kid can easily play over 100 games, in a season.
And you at about 100, and you're approaching 150 when you get to 40 summer league games.
Right. So you playing a lot of basketball, and so I think some of the consistency, Cordarius, obviously, again, the physicality of basketball and how grueling it is on these females' bodies. What I've noticed over the years definitely has an impact on them. Then also, too, Mother Nature as well. So they're dealing with that. And then basketball is so mental. A lot of times these girls aren't just mentally there. They may be there physically, but they're not there mentally. And that's what I was talking to EV about. You know, there's some kids that him and I have talked about, you know, in private over the past several days. And, you know, sometimes they look really, really good. And then sometimes they look just okay. And then sometimes you're like, how in the hell do I even have them on my team? And, you know, I know EV's probably like, let me mute Eddie Young because he done said hell twice. Hell is a bad place, not a bad word. Hell is a bad place, not a bad word. Pastor, EV the Geeker.
Pastor Vaughn.
Pastor. So
Pastor Vaughn.
So yeah, Cordell, we see the same thing. Coach Hobart and myself, we talk about that all the time. Just how some of these girls just can, you know, can look so good sometimes, and sometimes it looks so bad. And it's a big inconsistency with the girls. Then most times, you know, you have certain kids that are high level. I'm talking about the high level kids. Very few times you will go and see Deshaun be off, a Deshaun Ruffin type kid just be off. But sometimes these girls look so bad, you almost just gotta. There's tournaments you just gotta almost bitch them because they just ain't gonna give you nothing, you know. And so, but you're right about that. And that's a great point that a lot of people don't know. Our job is a bit tough. I know Talante, you know, I know you guys, you know, on the board side, but man, managing these girls' personalities and especially, you know, let's just be honest, we're gonna keep it real. These kids got a lot of stuff that they got going on too, you know, when they're traveling. And
it's not just the girl, the boys got personalities too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same.
They do that.
It's the same way with them. But I know you were speaking on, like, you know what I'm saying, the number of games. Do you guys think 100 games is too many for kids to play? Because you gotta think, like you said, like these are highly competitive games now. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting a lot of rest. Think about if you like you say, you train in 3 days a week, you lifting weights, and then you play 100 games. Do y'all think that's too many games?
I've been seeing it for some years. It's all in how you space it out and approach it. I don't think it's too many, but you know, you gotta kind of, you gotta be careful about how you pile them on back to back to back. I don't think it's necessarily too many if you kind of spacing them out. Like I saw that. I'm a comment on that tweet EV made the other day. Coaches, you need to be playing every weekend. I totally disagree with that. You ain't got to play every weekend. And I think playing every weekend is too much. You got to give them some time for their bodies to recover. I know they may not be playing Monday through Thursday, but they playing every weekend, because when you talk about playing every weekend, you're talking about playing sometimes 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend. That's a burden on the body. So yeah, they do need some weekends off.
Stop clock is a beast.
Yeah,
Stop clock games.
They need some weekends off.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, I mean, we're seeing a lot of like major injuries, not like just like sprained ankles, but you got like, especially on the girl side, even in Mississippi, we've had like a lot of like torn ACLs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like those are like career altering injuries. You know what I'm saying? Like those are something you might even come back from some of them. You know what I'm saying? So I do think, you know what I'm saying, we kind of got to manage it a little bit better, because you got to still remember these kids are still growing physically too. So, you know what I'm saying?
I think 100 is not too many, but you gotta be, kind of space it out a little bit. Like I say, in the spring and the summer and July, here in July, you gotta space those games out a little bit. And then in June they're gonna play 3 to 4 games a week. Cause they play twice a night in July. But they are running clock games a lot of times and stuff. But they play a lot of games, so that's why I'm a fan of not even bothering them in June, because they're already playing all those summer league games. They already playing all those summer league games. So I'm a kind of was always his hands off in June, and then you need to give them time from August to October to kind of recuperate. They may go to a team camp here or there or something, but August to July is really they recuperating time. August to October is really they recuperating time. They need those 3 months.
Exactly. Yeah, I see where you're going here. Absolutely.
Well, but to answer your question, Cordell, that's kind of what I think. Like, the female body, God didn't design it for that type of treacherous 5, 6 games in a weekend. And then, for all of us, we know girls' awareness isn't as good as boys in terms of you see girls, a kid going down the floor, well, a boy may let that play go. Man, a girl come take you out of the air. So a lot of them don't have awareness, and the game is wild and it's reckless, and it's a lot of times it doesn't have a flow. And so
you got some guys like that, some kids, boys like that too. Now if you playing in the wrong tournament with the wrong teams, you got some kid boys to do that too.
Now, shoot, if I had a gun, I'd shoot you. You just call me EV, man.
Oh God, I sure did. I'm wrong.
Hey,
don't shoot, man. Don't shoot me.
Old folks say that wrestler must be talking about us, man. But yeah, but taking those falls and stuff. These females these young ladies, I should say, is a better word. Are a few years removed from having babies and things like that. So that's something that to answer your question, Talante, I think on the girls' side, I would say yes, we're probably playing too much basketball for girls. For boys, I would say probably no. I think we're okay with the amount of games because we played in a dirt backyard from sun up to sundown. Minutes played, we still play. Minutes played now, not organized, but minutes played. We still way ahead of these guys because I remember getting up on Saturday morning.
Oh, nah. But think about what I had said though. Now we're playing an organized tournament. You playing against the strongest. You playing against the best guy pretty much every weekend. Most of the time we go to high level tournaments, you playing against some superior athletes. You know what I'm saying? So I know in the backyard, you still getting it in, but in the backyard on that dirt court, because living in the country, we had dirt courts. So you ain't going up and down that thing either. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so I do think it can kind of be, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm not making excuses for these guys, because I do believe when you're young, 13, 14, you shouldn't be getting tired like most of the kids be like, I'm tired, I don't feel like playing. I don't agree with that.
I'll make this point also. I don't think them dirt courts wild knees like these hardwood and these asphalt do. Them dirt courts wasn't as hard on your knees as these hardwood courts are. That's another part of it now. Hardwood and all that.
I think that attributes to a lot of the injuries too. And these kids don't stretch. I mean, these kids just go out there. They don't take time to stretch properly and things like that. So, but no, with new technology, we were able to kind of get over some of these ACL injuries and get kids back a lot faster. Where they used to be, like you said, that used to be a season, a career-ending injury. So, but anyway, well, look, man, listen, we've had the announcement, the big announcement tonight, man. We've talked about some things. I guess we can kind of go into our last geek and just kind of talk about that, and then we can close it, and man, let's continue to move this show forward. Again, we lost EV, and best wishes to him as he proceeds on to.
Is that addition by subtraction?
It's a good loss for me, man. But I am gonna miss him and I taking shots at each other and just kind of that deal. It was enjoyable having him on there. I'll still be able to take my shots, and he'll have to deal with him. He's gonna have to take them in stride now.
Yeah, he can't come back.
Yeah,
he can't get no get back.
So we'll start with Snacks, then Cord, then Talante, myself, and then Shoes, our last geek of the night.
Man, just overall, man, I just like that. I think we should, keep this talking in the sip going. I think this is definitely something to kind of give people insight on what's going on, keep people updated. Some people may not, get a chance to keep up with the live updates of the AAU weekends and some of the sleepers of, the classes, the respective women and men basketball things going on. Kind of highlight some coaches, highlight some teams, just overall, even program directors and just everybody as a whole to kind of continue to give insight and continue to shed positivity on what's going on, especially in the basketball community of things.
And just piggybacking off him, my last geek, kind of like he said, we will move it forward. We probably have like some program directors, more coaches, because we want to hear from everybody. I know everybody has a different viewpoint of AAU. Everybody's schedule looks a little different, so we definitely want to hear from everybody. I wish everybody the best of luck, no matter what tournament you're going to. Kids continue to work hard, continue to perform at a high level when you do get on the big stage, and just keep progressing Mississippi basketball, because like the show progresses it, but without you guys going out there and performing, we don't have anything to talk about. So keep doing what y'all do, and we'll continue to help you guys excel to the next level on the media side.
Court.
Corey, he got
Go.
off. So
Corey, going already? Go ahead, go on. Go ahead, Eddie.
Hey, listen, man, I see my guy getting a lot of love on some of these live chats. Everybody congratulating him and all that kind of stuff. Boy, I bet he cheesing. Or you know what? That rascal ain't did nothing but been eating them doggone dog biscuits that Coach Snacks and gave him, man. So I guess we're gonna have to. Talanta, we're gonna have to find a snack every week to kind of put out there for him, man.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a snack every week and put it on another phone. That's representing EV.
Yeah.
Some chicken or some wings or something to represent EV.
The EV snack of the show.
The EV snack of the show. I like it. He did more eating, now that he's gone, he did more eating on this show than any doggone thing, man. So, but my last geek of the night, man, is just man, it's always good to be able to catch up with you guys. I know in the hustle and bustle, we all kind of doing our own thing, and again, like Talante said, and Snacks, let's keep Mississippi basketball at the forefront. And a lot of people started to really, really like this show and enjoy it. We've been able to be informative on certain things and talk about certain things. And so we're excited about how we're going to move forward. And Talanta and myself will be bringing y'all some new twists and some new vibes up under the direction of EV from working satellite and that type of thing. So I think that we're on the right track, man. And definitely, like I said, just trying to make Mississippi basketball relevant on the girls and the boys side. And other than that, man, I'm just excited about where we're going and what we're doing here with basketball. So I'll pass it to the veteran, Shoes, and then we'll close. And I don't know if
I'm going to take an opportunity here, since I wasn't here to start, to go ahead and say congratulations, EV, on your position. I hope it's all you wanted to be. I hope you're successful at it. And if you fall on your face, we're going to talk about you on the show. No, but really, congratulations and best wishes. Another thing I'm going to say is I'm excited this weekend to get out and get in Atlanta. It's going to be my first opportunity so far this spring to watch our guys kind of on the national level. You see them around home a lot playing against each other and the local talent, but I really value getting out and seeing our guys play on the national level and against the other high level kids and high level teams. It's a really good evaluation tool, and I'm excited to get out there. Eddie, I had to make a commitment to myself. I was referencing so much. I said, I gotta stop repping in June. In May. I can't rep in May. I gotta get out and watch some ball. I've been repping too much, so I had to tell myself, man, you got to bag away from the whistle for a little while, so I can watch some of these guys play. But and last but not least, it's good to see you guys again and be on the air with you guys again. I'm really I do want to keep the show going. I think it's become a big part of the grassroots scene here in the state. We got a lot of people watching us. I think we've done a great job with it, and we still got even greater things, heights we can reach with it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to keep it going. This summer, we might not be able to do it every week, but every couple weeks or so, come back in and let them know what's going on. But I just wanted to say that I'm glad we were able to get out in tonight and keep it going.
I agree, man. So for Talante, Weber, Thomas Snacks Lee, Lavelle Shoes, Johnson, Cordarius, Jones, I'm Eddie Young. And what would he say now, Snacks? What would that say?
I lay you.
No, I tray you. I lay
God.
you. I cross you over. I do a flip phone. He probably sleep now, so I don't even know how we gonna stop the show. But
So we're gonna everybody just hit leave. I guess we'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, y'all, man.
Hey,
All right,
show,
fella.
man.
All right, guys. See y'all later.
All right.
Doggone Zoom call. Couldn't get out. Okay.